You usually like to do a tour when you come to DC. Is it disappointing on a back-to-back?
No, can't do it on a back-to-back.
But you guys got in early last night.
This is the fourth game in 6 nights, ending in 3 and 4 nights, so it wouldn't have been good to walk around all day today.
Pop Scott said that during his year off, he was able to spend at least 4 days with you at training camp. Is there anything you can share about that time? And he credits you for a lot of good stuff.
Well, he exaggerated, I'm sure, but you know, we had a lot of good battles when he was in Oak City, so we got to respect each other a great deal. So it was fun to have him in. And whenever coaches get a chance to do that, it's fun for both because you learn from each other. I mean, one of my favorite years was the lockout year because you actually get to go to somebody else's gym and see what they do. You know, you're always doing your own stuff, and you never have a chance to do that with our coaches. So he was able to do it, and it was very fruitful and a lot of fun.
He's not the only coach who's done that. Do you invite guys in, or do they call you?
We have guys in all the time. Yeah, we have a lot of guys.
Coach, now that Pau Gasol is in your team, is he the player that you envision?
Sure. You know, there's no surprise with Pau. He's been in the league a long time. He played all over the world, so it's not like he's someone that you hadn't seen much. We've seen him a lot, so he's exactly what we thought he would be.
Do you need him to be less of a scoring option than he's probably been for other teams in his career, just because of the way you guys are?
Well, you know, I don't put any labels on anybody in that regard. You know, on any given night it can be anybody. So I'm not really too concerned with who scores and who doesn't. Just so try to have more than the other guys.
Coach, forgive an Australian question, but how have you found Paddy Mills this season and how he's sort of played his role for you?
Paddy's been very consistent for us, you know, for the entire time that we've had him. He's a huge part of our bench and the group that comes onto the court. You know, obviously his energy, but his shooting ability and his competitiveness are great. He's a ball mover, and people enjoy playing with him. So he's held that role since day one.
Has he done anything at a higher level or a better level, or had any improvement in those?
Well, I think he's really taken pride in becoming more of a cerebral point guard instead of just being known as an energy guy. He's gotten the team where it needs to be. He understands time and score and really has concentrated on that more as far as, you know, adding that to the point guard duties instead of just being a scorer. That's probably the biggest area.
I know it's still early, but is this one of the more productive
Did I
benches?
just stand so close to you?
No,
That's
you
what I
can.
was like. Over there. Jesus.
I thought we were at that.
We're not that close.
Not that close.
You don't know me that well.
Is this one of the more productive benches you've had so far? I know it's still kind of early.
I honestly haven't thought about that. We've had some good benches in the past. I mean, you know, our best bench was probably when Manu was young, and I convinced the Hall of Fame player to come off the bench, and he didn't demand a trade or anything. He said okay. So I was pretty lucky, but you know, that was the best bench when he was, you know, 5-6 years younger, and he would come off and take over the game.
Yeah.
Greg, going to Candace's question about when coaches come to visit you, is there proprietary information that you need to protect, or do you believe it's just the information is out there?
Yeah, I think it's all baloney. You know, it's basketball. I don't remember the last time anybody invented the wheel or the light bulb or anything like that. You know, it's mostly about who executes better for a longer period of time on a given evening, and that's the winner. You know, we're all doing pretty similar things, but we have different drills in training camp, different ways of getting points across, different teaching methods. So when you spend time with coaches, whether they're, you know, from overseas or here in America, it's always a fruitful experience.
Coach, a lot of people reacted this summer when John Wall said that he and Bradley Beal have a tendency to dislike each other on the basketball court. Is that something you've had to navigate before? Is that something surprising to hear from players?
I haven't had 2 players that said they didn't like each other, so I don't know. I haven't had to deal with that, I guess.
You gotten any blowback since election day?
What do you mean by blowback, young man?
By your very pointed comments about the election?
I've gotten a lot of responses.
Yeah. Anything surprise you?
No, not really. You know, people are people. Everybody's got an opinion, and I don't think I was surprised whether it was a positive letter or email or personal meeting, whether it's positive or negative. I mean, none of it surprised me much.
Yeah.
Maybe what surprised me the most is how many people, how far-reaching it was. I had no idea that people, I don't know why they'd pay attention, but they did, and I wasn't expecting, I didn't do it to get a response, but the response was humongous. I'm still digging through it.
Was it emails or actual letters that people wrote?
Both.
Yeah.
Both, yeah.
I know you obviously talked a lot about not Tim not being there, but when you look for on-court leadership, who do you lean on now?
You know, right now on the court, it's mostly Tony Parker. You know, he knows the system, and he's done a great job this year of understanding that, you know, he's not going to be a top scorer on the team, and he's taken on the responsibility to get people where they need to be and understand when we're in mud and when we need something different, distributing the basketball, knowing who's guarding Kawhi or who's guarding LaMarcus, you know, that kind of thing, and be kind of a coach on the floor. And with Tim gone, he's done that more and more. So that's been real important for us.
Was that a surprise at all that he would slide into that position?
No, you know, he you know, we always communicated, you know, throughout a game, so it wasn't any different, but he always deferred to Timmy in a lot of situations, and, you know, now he's taken that on himself. What else? Okay.
Thank you.